In this video, we are going to create our includes folder, our menu.php file, and we are going to also create or copy our main.css file from our previous project. Okay, let's get started. So here on the commands line, if I go up one level, I can then access my JS folder and then my Panfilo folder. Well, forgot the cd statement or cd command. Okay, so now I list, and this folder here contains all of my files from the previous project. So let's go ahead and copy our main.css file, and we're gonna move it two levels up into the Panfilo folder, or whatever folder you're currently using. We're gonna also copy our script.js file into our Panfilo folder. Okay, now let's navigate back into our Panfilo folder, or in this case, my Panfilo folder. So I go up two levels into the Panfilo, and then into the Panfilo folder. Okay, so here we see that we've got our index file, our main CSS, and our script.js file. Let's go ahead and create our includes folder. So we're going to use the mkdir command. This mkdir command stands for make directory. This same command will also work on the Windows terminal. So we type in mkdir and includes. There's our includes file. Now I'm going to copy, or actually not copy, I'm going to move my main.css and script.js file in there. To do so, under Linux or in a Unix or Linux operating system, we can use a command called mv, and then our file, and then we tell it where to put it. So if I list my files again, we can see that the main.css file has been moved. Now we still need to move our script file. So mv script.js, and we're moving it into includes. Okay, so we are halfway there. Let's go into our includes folder. This cd command that I keep using also works on Windows, in the Windows command line, right? Under Windows, in order to display your directory or list them, you use the dir command, which also works on this system. ls will not work under Windows unless you're using PowerShell. Okay, so our main.css file, there's no modifications needed. Our script.js file, on the other hand, we need to modify that one. So we're first going to use the mv command to rename the file from script.js to menu.php. Next, we're going to open up the menu.php file, and we are going to modify it. Okay, so now that we've got our menu.php file open, let's go ahead and modify it so that it applies to our PHP code. So first thing is we're going to remove the variable or the var statement and replace that with a $sign. Right. Then we are going to replace the backtick with a single quote. Do the same thing down here. And I mean, technically that should be it. However, the recommended thing to do is to start all of your PHP files with the opening PHP tag, especially if you're going to be including these files into other files. That being the case, you also don't want to close add the closing PHP tag to these external files. So once I've made those changes, save it. Let's go over to our browser and see if it's still working. Holy cow, look at that. Now we have all of our menus from our JavaScript project. Now, of course, those menus, those links are currently broken. So let's go back to our menu.php and let's remove all of the links but one. Let's modify this one into a placeholder. Now that we turned it into a placeholder, let's copy and paste it 8 times. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Save it. Go to our browser. Starting to look nice. However, I don't like how our links are not centered. So let's go ahead and center our links. Let's go back to our command line interface, our menu.php file, and let's modify our unordered list. So we're going to add the style equals text align center. Save it. Now in this case, I'm pressing Control S to save. Going back to my browser, and now my menus are all centered both in the header and the footer. Right now, it's starting to take shape. However, I don't like how this menu, the footer menu, is all the way up there. Why don't we add some spacing in between? That's what we're gonna do in the next video.